Hey YouTube, Bones on Campus. What this is going to be is, this is a entry into Nate7181's subscriber appreciation contest, and thought I'd get some dirty work done while we're sitting here. What he wants to know is, are you a prepper, and what are you prepping for? Well, I suppose that yes, you could call me a prepper. I prefer to think of myself as a crazy survivalist. Burt Gummer is my hero. So, but yeah, I mean, the term nowadays is prepper. I don't know if I like that much. Matt, you'll agree with me on that. But yeah, I don't think of it so much as prepping. I mean, of course, the zombie apocalypse is the driving factor behind all of our lives. But the chances of that happening are hinging on whether or not we can make it happen. In general, probably not going to have to worry about it. But it's fun, and it helps get us ready. So what am I preparing for? Well, everybody always says hard times, economic collapse, all that kind of stuff. Which, yeah, if you lose your job and you have a year of food put back, you and your family will not starve, no doubt. But do you want to live on beans or rice, or have to grind wheat and make bread every day for a year if you're out of work? You can do it. People I know, I'm sure have. But, and it gives you the option. But I'm not preparing for losing my job. I would say I'm preparing more for the natural disaster / Katrina type thing. I've always lived in areas where snow was a guarantee, and things like ice storms happen. Haven't to deal too much with hurricanes or tornadoes, though I did get to see some of Hurricane Irene this last summer, or summer before, whatever it was. But in general, the wintertime, ice storms, freezing to death, that is a more valid concern for me, and always has been. Driving cross country, or at least across a state, and having it be 25, 30 below, and then a wind chill that's 40, 50 below, and my dumb ass is out there driving, trying to get back and forth to my parents' houses, or to school, or to visit friends. Yeah, going in the ditch in 30 below, having your truck not be able to start, having no heat, nobody came by because it was cold out, nasty out, you would probably freeze to death without precautions. So the whole short-term, immediate, realistic survival stuff I've always been about. But now how does that relate to prepping? Well, that's having a lantern, some Mickey Mouse boots, extra clothes, and Hershey bars in your truck for the wintertime, winter survival kit type thing. That's, I don't know if I'd call that prepping, that's just being prudent. But the prepping in the sense of economics collapse, zombie apocalypse, government breakdown, that type of thing. Yeah, I guess you could say I would be a prepper. I don't see that stuff happening. As bad as the economy has been, could be, will be, whatever. Even at gas trying to push $4 a gallon right now. I see all of us having to tighten the notches on our belt, but maybe not, you know, have to resort down to grabbing your bug out bag and heading to the mountains, or in this case, the short mountains or hills. that's my take on it. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I would say prepping for natural disasters more so than prepping for economic or government collapse, failure, what have you, is what I would say is going on. Okay, so preparing for realistic stuff more so than global collapse, what have you, was the way I see it. Wow, I'm kind of rambling a lot, huh? Okay, so the next question after that long-winded answer is, he asked us about, or what do we think about the whole Doomsday Prepper show. Honestly, I haven't ever seen it. I don't have cable. Just because I never bothered to hook it up when I moved, and here we are. I like the idea of it, get people thinking about what could go wrong. I am betting that it's being shown in a light to some extent. Look at these crazy crackpots out there with their mountain house and their MREs preparing for the government, which, you know, is fun and all. Like I said, I think of myself more as a survivalist growing up, wanting to be that guy, Burt Gummer, if you will, which you could all agree is crazy survivalist guy, right? But most of the preppers you see on YouTube, or at least the ones I pay attention to, I mean, I'm subscribed to Southern Prepper 1 and Engineer 775, and I think that they are good at what they do. They have their act together, and more of the getting off grid and just having your bases covered, well, essentially, I guess what being a prepper is being just prepared. Taking Boy Scouts a whole step further to life. I don't know if the show reflects that or if it shows the crazies. I'm guessing a little of both, from what I've heard. But I haven't watched it. I am glad that in today's society, that things like the shooting sports and zombies become mainstream on primetime TV, pop culture, if you will. Because, I mean, I've loved zombie movies and surviving on the woods and camping since I was like 4. The fact that growing up that the only gun shows we had were TNN Outdoors when they'd show hunting shows on Saturday mornings, and then action movies, and same with zombies, it was pretty much just movies. The fact that that stuff is on TV now, I think is awesome. But does it paint everybody in the best light? Probably not. It's about ratings. Has to be. Otherwise it wouldn't make money, it wouldn't make the show. But that's just what I think about that. I think it's good to get people woken up and aware of what's going on. But the fact that we might not be... I don't know. I think overall it's good. If it makes a bunch of people think that anybody on YouTube or anywhere else that's storing food, water, you know, propane, gasoline, ammunition, weapons, if they think that we're a bunch of crazies, well, they probably would have anyway. They didn't need the show to tell them that. But if it makes one person go, hey, I think I'm going to put away, you know, 3 or 4 days worth of canned food and water in case the power goes out during the next ice storm, then I think it's served its purpose. It's done its job. It's helped that 1%, and that's really all you're looking for, at least for me. If you want us to critique your prepper site, I poked around a little bit. I think you're probably okay. I would like to see more stuff, though. I'm sure that'll come in the future. Right now, being able to get Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, instructions, videos on how to do all that kind of stuff. Maybe I missed that. I think it would be helpful just so people that aren't sure, they have a little bit more, keep it a little bit more visible. I don't know if I cleaned all that out. I didn't. I would say just as you go, just more stuff. Keep it straightforward. Good menus are always critical. I find going to different sites where looking for stuff where you got to click through 18 different things to find what you want to be really annoying. So good menus and just more stuff. I think you'll be doing all right. Okay. Shout out to channels under 100 subs. There are always a lot of us out there. I'd like to shout out to a couple of my subs. Jeffersonian 1, good takedown videos, competitive shooter, good information, guys. Check it out. Dark Knight Consulting. Check them out. Good info. Basically taking the whole prepared home lifestyle thing, plus competitive shooting with him and his son. Just awesome stuff to watch. Check it out. Another one, 013 Kona. Good competition stuff. Definitely enjoy watching you, man. Another guy who's actually got a channel contest right now is OV1013. Take a peek, guys. Those are my shoutouts. So nothing to do for, but they're out there. So this was long-winded, and I apologize, but prepping right now is kind of the cool new thing on YouTube and in general. And the way I see it is that a lot of us have always been of a prepared mindset. I mean, you go back in the days to when people would raise animals and have gardens and a lot of my family were farmers. Having canned food picked back from the summer's harvest of your garden. Having deer, cows, pigs in the freezer. Being sufficient enough so that you had all the gas and diesel you needed in big tanks on the farm. Because going into town wasn't always, feasible. Being able to run your house off of wood for heat, so that if you lost power and you couldn't leave your house, you would survive for weeks, months, because there wasn't any other way back then. Huge blizzard blocks off stuff. You can't get out. You're stuck at home with your family. If you don't have if you don't have food and heat, you're going to have a bad day of it. So in that sense, yes, I am a prepper. Excellent questions. Excellent questions. So check out Nate7181 and his contest, and check it out.